My wife left me with one text, so I cut her off. She begged for money. My wife abandoned our marriage without a word, so I cut all financial ties, and then she showed up begging. Hi, I'm Ethan, 38 years old. Last Tuesday, around 7 o'clock p.m., my wife Chloe, 35, dropped a bombshell. I was in the kitchen making pasta. She was on her phone, looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. Pretty standard evening, to be honest. Then, out of nowhere, she blurted, "I'm moving out tonight." I stopped stirring the pasta, looked at her. She wasn't looking at me, still glued to her phone. "Okay," I said. She finally looked up, a flicker of surprise, then annoyance. She probably expected me to argue, to plead. But that's not me. If someone wants to walk, I hold the door open. "That's it? Okay?" she asked, a hint of frustration in her voice. "You said you're moving out. What am I supposed to do? Chain you up?" I need space. I'm not happy," she replied. "Clearly," I said, nodding towards the half-packed duffel bag by the kitchen island that I'd just noticed. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. She'd been planning this. "I'm serious, Ethan. I'll get my main things later. Don't contact me. I'll contact you when I'm ready to talk about the rest." The rest. Meaning divorce, I figured. "Fine," I said. And that was it. She grabbed her bag, her purse, the keys to her car, which I paid off last year, but whatever. It was in her name, and walked out. No glance back. The door clicked shut. Silence. My pasta water boiled over for 10 minutes. I felt numb at first, then a strange clarity. She wanted out. Her decision. Fine. Now it was my turn to make decisions. I turned off the stove, grabbed my laptop. First, her supplementary premium credit card linked to my account. She loved that card. Snip. Cancelled. Reason. Cardholder no longer authorized. Next, her other supplementary card on another account. Snip. Gone. Then the automatic monthly transfer. A generous sum from my main checking account to her personal account for her personal spending. Self-care, she called it. Her part-time styling job didn't cover her tastes. My income supported our lifestyle. The transfer was scheduled for next week. Snip. Cancelled. Her phone plan? It was a family plan. My name. Her line active. I left it for now. A tiny thread. But no more international roaming for her inspiration trips. Disabled. Car insurance? Paid up for 3 months. I'd deal with that later. This wasn't anger, not really. It was about consequences, actions, reactions. She wanted out? Fine. She was out, all the way out. She couldn't have the freedom and my funded comfort. I ate burnt pasta alone. It tasted like ash. I slept surprisingly well. 3 days since Chloe walked. Blessed quiet. I tidied up. Ditched her clutter. So many old face cream tubs. I watched my shows on the big TV. Small wins. I hadn't heard a peep from her, as requested. Then tonight, 9 o'clock p.m., a knock. Insistent. Thump, thump, thump. Peephole, yep. Chloe, flustered. Hair messy. No designer jacket, just a generic hoodie. I opened the door. "Ethan," she said, breathless. "Chloe," I replied, calm, cool, like she was a neighbor asking for sugar. "My card was declined," she blurted. "The premium card at dinner. It was so embarrassing." "Ah, dinner," I said. "Not starving, then." "Right. I canceled it." Her jaw dropped. "You what? Why?" The entitlement already radiating from her. "You moved out, Chloe. You said, 'Don't contact me.' That card is mine, for my household. You're not part of it. Your choice." "But I needed that. I had dinner with David. It was so embarrassing. David, a friend of hers, has a name. And apparently, he wasn't paying." "Sounds like a you and David problem," I said, staying in the doorway. "No invite in?" "Ethan, this isn't fair. I need money. My other card isn't working either." "Also canceled," I confirmed. "And the monthly transfer didn't come through," she wailed, tears starting. Crocodile, or maybe shock of reality hitting her designer handbag. "Correct again. That was your allowance as my wife in my home. Part of our life. You ended that arrangement." A flicker of vulnerability crossed her face. A decade gone in a fine. Then I remembered her face. Phone glued, nuking our marriage. Vulnerability gone. Resolve firmed. You can't just cut me off, she insisted, voice rising. We're married. Marital assets. We are. And I'm not touching actual marital assets. Your car is yours, paid off. Your personal bank account is yours. This house is mine, premarital. You know that. The credit cards were supplementary on my accounts. The allowance was a gift, not an obligation, especially now. I'd already chatted with a lawyer friend. Keep it clean. But I need things. Expenses. Talk to David or increase your boutique hours. Her face twisted. David is helping with a place to stay. That's all. He's a friend. You're being awful. Pragmatic Chloe, you wanted independence. You got it. All of it. She stared, fury and disbelief. I can't believe you're doing this after everything. After you walked out with no discussion, no warning, just don't contact me, I finally pushed off the doorframe. You made your bed, Chloe. Lie in it without my thread count. Sobs. Then real heaving. Please, Ethan, just until I get on my feet. Turn the cards back on just for a week. No, I said. Not cruel, just fact. That door is closed. You closed it. She swiped at her tears, face hardening. You'll regret this, Ethan. Already regretting 10 years, Chloe. This is just housekeeping. I started to close the door. I'll get a lawyer, she shrieked. You do that, I said gently, shutting the door. Heard a frustrated scream, stomping away. Deep breath. Okay, round one. The begging was indignant, demanding, not surprising. I poured a whiskey. This was going to get uglier. It's been over a week since Chloe's doorstep drama. You'll regret this, and I'll get a lawyer, echoed a bit, but mostly the peace didn't last. Chloe, bless her entitled heart, upped her game. First, calls to my work. My receptionist, Bella, who's getting a big Christmas bonus, said, Chloe called 3 times Monday, demanding to speak to you about an urgent financial matter. Each time I told her he's in a meeting. I didn't call back. Bella said she sounded increasingly agitated, shrill even. Oh well. Then mutual friends started texting, mostly from her circle. Chloe is upset. Talk to her. Ethan, what's up? Chloe said you cut her off. That's harsh. My polite short version. Chloe ended our marriage, moved out, respected her wish for no contact, adjusted finances, private matter. Most backed off. A couple pushed, sided with her, and I blocked them. No time for flying monkeys. The real fireworks came from her sister, Hannah. Oh my goodness. If Chloe is entitlement, Hannah is entitlement squared with a megaphone. Tuesday night, I got a call from a blocked number. Hannah. Usually I'd ignore it, but I had a feeling. Hannah, I said, monotone. What on earth do you think you're doing to my sister? She screeched. Respecting her decision to leave me by starving her, throwing her out? She walked out. Last I checked, she was dining with David. She has a job, her own savings, savings, plus whatever friend David provides. This was where the first dirty trick came in. Hannah snorted. David is a friend. He can't support her. She needs her allowance, her lifestyle. You can't just change that. She's used to a certain standard. Internally, give me a break. Externally, cool. The standard I provided, yes. Contingent on her being my wife. She opted out. She'll take you for everything, Hannah threatened. Welcome to try. I've consulted an attorney. My position is secure, especially given her abandonment and new arrangements. I emphasized new arrangements. You're a monster, Ethan. Controlling. Manipulative. Says the woman whose sister nuked a marriage then got outraged when the free ride stopped. Okay. Hannah was sputtering. Chloe is vulnerable. Maybe she made a mistake, but you need to support her. A mistake? I let out a cold laugh. Walking out, don't contact me wasn't a mistake. It was a declaration. I accepted. Her only mistake was assuming she could have her cake, eat it too, and have me pay for the bakery. Then Hannah shifted gears. She needs her things, clothes, shoes, good jewelry. Don't touch her stuff. Her belongings are here. She can arrange collection. A neutral third party is welcome. Or movers. She tried to come by yesterday when you were at work, But you've changed the locks, Hannah accused. Bingo. Dirty trick number two. Chloe tried to sneak in. Good thing I'd called a locksmith. $200 well spent for peace of mind. Yes, my house, Hannah. Chloe chose to leave, told me not to contact her. I secured my property. No legal right to enter without permission. Hannah shrieked incoherently, then hung up. The sheer, unadulterated entitlement was breathtaking. They genuinely believed Chloe could upend my life, and I'd keep funding her new one. Smaller things. Chloe Venmo requested $500. Emergency, need help? Declined. Request denied. Contact David. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. A tearful voicemail must have unblocked me about me being cruel. She just needed a little help to transition. Transition to what? Self-sufficiency. Her journey, her funding, deleted. The lock change hit me. Not the act, but knowing I needed to. That the woman I'd shared a decade with might sneak in. Stunning. Brief sadness, then, nope. Protect myself. My lawyer friend, Mark, finally got the full story. He chuckled about Hannah and Venmo. Dude, she's testing boundaries. Hold firm. They sound like a piece of work. He advised documenting everything. Calls, texts, money attempts. Got a spreadsheet. See ya. I wasn't budging. Not an inch or a mess. She cleans it. Or David or Hannah, my Chloe support fund, is permanently closed. Feeling lighter. Weight lifted. The shock was gone. Just calm, steady resolve. Not even revenge in the movie villain sense. Self-preservation. Logical consequences. She detonated the bridge, then got mad she couldn't stroll back for supplies. Her next move? Who knows? I'm ready. It's been a couple of months now. Life has a new rhythm. Quieter. More predictable. Much, much better. The dust settled, but not how Chloe or Hannah hoped. After failed house entries and ignored Venmo requests, Chloe's tactics got desperate, then fizzled. She got a lawyer, sent a stern letter demanding her rightful share, spousal support, and emotional distress. My lawyer, Lisa, hired properly now, just about laughed. Lisa's response was polite, firm. Nice try. Your client abandoned the home, ended the marriage, got an offer to collect belongings, lives with new partner. My client acted reasonably, protecting his separate property and ceasing voluntary financial support tied to the marriage. She detailed the house as premarital. My income line, her job, her savings, hers. Reiterated the offer for her to collect belongings with an appointment. Dirty tricks continued briefly. I heard Chloe badmouthed me. Abusive. No. Controlling with money because I wouldn't fund life with David. Threw her out with nothing. Her narrative kept shifting, exhausting, even secondhand. Hannah posted vague social media comments about men who discard loyal women, aimed at me. I didn't engage. Screenshots taken. For the record, the revenge, if you call it that, wasn't some grand scheme. Didn't need one. My revenge was Chloe experiencing the full, unadulterated consequences of her choices. Sans my safety net. She scheduled collection. David came. He looked uncomfortable, like a guy dragged into a stranger's mess. He mostly stared at his shoes while Chloe and Hannah, there for moral support and to snag extras, packed. My friend Mark was there. Lisa sent a paralegal to observe. It was tense. Chloe tried claiming items clearly mine or joint ones I'd paid for. That's mine, Ethan, she'd say. No, Chloe. Gift to me from my parents. Or, receipt shows my account before you liked it. The paralegal would calmly suggest, perhaps set aside, discuss through counsel if disputed. Mostly it was clothes, shoes, so much makeup, decor. Hannah sniped, keeping that cheap vase? Chloe loved that gift from my late grandmother. I ignored her. Mark nearly eye-rolled into next week. Most satisfying was watching them try to cram suitcases, shoe boxes, and bags into David's small hatchback. Real-life Tetris. They were losing. David stressed. Chloe near tears. Hannah misdirecting traffic. I didn't offer help. I watched from the doorway sipping coffee. Aftermath for Chloe. Small town, People talk. David wasn't wealthy, just a guy with a rented apartment, his own budget. He was a friend helping out. He grew tired of it when Chloe expected her old lifestyle funded. Their friendship cooled considerably once my tap was off. Surprise. Chloe got a full-time job. Department store cosmetics counter. Respectable, but worlds away from her leisure and inspiration trips. Her car couldn't afford insurance or maintenance, so it was up for sale a month ago. She moved into a small apartment share. Hannah isn't footing bills either. Did she realize her mistake? Doubtful. Entitled people rarely do. They blame others. I'm sure I'm the villain in her version. Fine by me. She detonated a decade of marriage with casual indifference. Expected to walk scot-free, landing softly. Funded by me. Astounding arrogance. As for me, the first month was rough. Not just anger, but sheer bafflement. The why? I'll probably never get a satisfying answer. People like that rarely make sense to anyone but themselves. But the clarity from my first post stuck like a filter removed. I see people more clearly. I sold our house. Thankfully, that moved faster than I expected. Too many memories there, and it was too big for one person. I'm currently in a decent short-term rental and have just put an offer on a smaller place closer to my work. It's looking good, and soon it'll be mine. The divorce is proceeding straightforward. No kids, house premarital. Her earning potential is there. Lisa is confident Chloe won't get much beyond her own stuff. Maybe tiny, short-term alimony, if any. Unlikely. Her lawyer's bluster calmed. Days, I feel a twinge. Not regret for my actions, but sadness for wasted years. For who I thought she was. It passes quickly. The best revenge isn't loud, it's quiet. Living well. Standing firm. Letting her deal with her mess. She wanted out. I gave her exactly that. All of it. And the peace is truly priceless. This story shows that choosing self-respect and consequences over emotional manipulation leads to true peace. If you were nodding along, give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. And for more tales of justified revenge, check out our Sweet Revenge playlist.